Happy Wednesday, everyone.
Wednesday,
Underscore
everyone.
carrot.
Underscore carrot.
Why are you adding carrots to your message? No, stop that music. Stop that music. Why are you writing carrots in your message? TTS, you're drunk. Okay. So, I'm gonna be level with you here. I got bored of waiting. I wanna see where all this goes, where all this is going. I wanna see how deep the rabbit hole goes. I'm gonna bust this case wide open. We return, once again, to the adventures of Gerald Differently. It's just been a very long week, though. For, you see, once it works up, come on, wake up. He is not as you knew him. Gerald has had a hard life. Welcome, as far as I can tell, to what basically might be the end of the game. I decided for once I'm going to play one of these bloody Souls-like on my own time. I can 100% say that Lords of the Fallen... Now, trust me, I'm going somewhere with this, don't worry. I can 100% say that Lords of the Fallen 2023 edition is the strange love child of Blasphemous and Dark Souls 2. It's slow and deliberate like Dark Souls 2. It's Catholic guilt up the arsehole like Blasphemous. But I wanted to capture the ending because I wanted to attempt to start a second run at this, which I would broadcast with all of the with all of the advanced modifiers on, or as many as I feel like adding, because there were those advanced modifiers for new game. And I thought, why not? But in order to do that, we're going to have to beat the last boss, who I think is over there. And I did promise you that I would destroy God with these buckets. So that needs to be recorded for posterity as well. And you took the buckets to the end game. Oh, trust me, the buckets are maxed out. They are the only weapon I have ever upgraded or used. It has just been all buckets all the way. I have been in so much pain trying to complete this with the goddamn buckets. But it's just too goofy, man. How many seeds did you use? I'll be honest, I forgot seeds were in the game until one boss about 3/4 of the way in. At one point, I remembered to use a seed. And other than that, I just straight forgot they were there. I have 33. I have 33 vestige seeds. It should be 34, but I forgot one. I used one because in a fit of pique at about 3 in the morning, I was just like, fuck it, I'm putting down one. Wait, that was a mechanic this whole time. I'm a moron. That's basically how it went. What the hell is going on here? So I believe we're squaring up. All the beacons that we were sent out to clear have been, as far as I can tell, cleansed, except for this one, which seems to be part of the castle we're in. So I think we're on track for a punch up with the God Adir.
I look upon you with pity, my lost child. For you have been deceived and enslaved by forces who regard you as nothing more than an instrument through which they might enact their blasphemous will and prevent my rightful return.
Blasphemous, roll credit.
They speak of light while offering you nothing but blindness.
I mean, have you seen this hat?
Hypocrites relying on the malignant power of Umbral. With one breath, then decrying it with another. They brand me evil, a tyrant, and yet I offer you something they will not. A choice.
Ooh.
Reject the fanatical crusaders and the deranged servants of the self-proclaimed judge. Dismiss all of their false dogma and the torturous mission to which they have bound you. And only then will you know freedom.
Freedom?
And if you would hear it, the truth.
I choose to enter the Rogar realm, I suppose. I mean, it's that or do nothing. Let us pursue this freedom. For a man with buckets on his hands, Gerald's come a very long way. I won't spoil what, but he's defeated, you know, minor deities, lords, kings. And that thing looks enormous. Okay. I'm sure I probably am meant to have a facial expression. Right. Oh yeah, and Titans. That's a good point, Blaine. There is one boss that is basically a small-scale attack on Titan. Adir the Bereft Exile. Okay.
Why do you refuse to open your eyes to their manipulations? To millennia of shameful distortions of the truth? For eons, I stood as mankind's guardian, shepherding them with wisdom and love. Yet in return, I was betrayed. Those three power-hungry malefactors who declared themselves judges turned
Really?
their own children
Really?
against me, and waged a terrible war of needless slaughter.
I'm trying to listen to your monologue, but I'm afraid I'm getting shot at. Hang on a second.
The judges and their crazed followers,
Yeah.
each of those who remained loyal to me. And when I created the rope
Oh, wait.
to put an end to the madness,
I have to beat these things up.
two were no match for the heathen forces. In the end, even I fell. Although the judges found themselves unable to kill a god, despite their best efforts.
Okay, so I kill the little servant lads.
Blackened and corpse choked by their crusade. The judges banished me to this barren ground, which has served as my prison ever since. Meanwhile, mankind set
Oh,
about
you're shielded.
themselves, free from the divine oppression of which they accused me.
Punch you in the soul.
Yet, how little time passed before the judges themselves were raised to the status of demigods, figures of worship, their real ambition all too clear.
I see we've combined
Outcome
boss fight and monologue.
deluded themselves into believing a triumph. How much blood has been spilled in their names since my banishment?
An awful lot of mine.
Ever spilled in my name?
Ow!
And now, after all the time mankind have had to shape their own destiny, see what they have made of it. War, greed, hatred, suffering, chaos. They believed they were capable of guiding themselves, but have been sorely mistaken.
This is actually like a...
Needs me, now more than ever.
It's actually an interesting tactic. It's like deliberately making sure that you're rambling so that I can't keep attention on what's going on. Ah!
But where are they? What of Aureus and the abhorrent umbral creature? Distant hubris and cowards hiding.
Okay. So I noticed there was like a weird ritual circle in the middle that was starting to glow more and more and more and more as we went in. I think I'm on a timer. I think basically I need to kill them before... I think I need to kill them before their monologue is done. because otherwise they might get a bit of a narc on. So, just need to make my way back to where we was. I'm noticing a small problem, which is the large abundance of fire on the floor. And then the enemy that I need to kill's tendency to stand harmlessly within said fire. Not great when you're trying to beat God with buckets. You also got to not explode yourself. True, I did let myself get exploded a good few times, but also, like, even then, the lava tick damage will do me in. Okay. I mean, at least the gimmick is more obvious than some From gimmick fights. And it's still more obvious than... it's still more obvious than Lies of P's Gate Guardian. That was something. Okay. Let's punch a god. I'm hoping I get to punch a god in the end, anyway. So it's the lads with fireballs that I need to go after, because they're the ones who are, like, marked.
Why do you refuse to open your eyes to their manipulations?
Oh.
To millennia.
Ow!
From distortions of the truth.
You weren't even real. You were just a fake.
I stood as mankind's guardian, shepherding them with wisdom and love. Yet in return, I was betrayed. Those three power-hungry malefactors who declared themselves judges turned my own children against me.
Okay,
and waged a terrible war
there we go.
of needless slaughter.
Okay.
The judges and their
How do... Can I soul flame you to, like, pull your soul away? There we go.
To put an end to the madness. They too were no match for the heathen forces.
I really like this lava on the floor.
Although the judges found themselves unable to kill a god, despite their best efforts.
Ow! Literally first thing they do as soon as they see me is spit lava on the floor so I can't go over and punch them.
In a world blackened and corpse-choked by their crusade, the judges banished me to this barren realm.
I love the facial animation on you. I will say that.
Ever since. Meanwhile, mankind set about ruling themselves, free from the divine oppression of which they accused me. And yet, how little time passed before the judges themselves were raised to the status of demigods. Figures of worship, their real ambition all too clear.
I think that sentence might be missing some parts, Megashkomon. You going to play the first game you said? Question mark?
How much since my banishment?
That is... I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Phoenix. I'm sorry to hear it's been 2 years. I mean, we're happy to have you, but I truly am sorry to hear you've been here 2 years. How have you endured such suffering?
And now, after all the time mankind have had to shape their own destiny, see what they have made of it. War.
You said you're going to play the old Lords of the Fallen? Question mark? I am sorry. Oh, you're in WoW tanking. No, respect. What the hell are you doing in a stream chat while WoW tanking?
Sorely mistaken.
Welcome, by the way.
Mankind needs me now more than ever.
So, I mean, I said I was going to do a second run with the extra modifiers on.
Where are they? What of Aureus and the abhorrent umbral creature? They're cowards.
I think I'm just going to have to accept the pains now.
Deeming you unworthy of their presence.
I'm fine, Ed. Just the fact I've been watching you for 2 years. Oh, I know. I was just making a joke about, you know, like, oh, it's such torture. Because, ha ha ha, self-effacing humor. Ow! Okay. Yep. No, I literally, I burned myself. Literally.
Listen to me.
No!
You must stop this. before you allow yourself to condemn all of mankind for eternity. I am not your enemy.
Well, could you stop putting lava pools under your guys? My arms aren't that... There's little stubby things. They don't reach that far.
In my absence, cease your misguided violence. Now.
Ow! Who threw that?
You are in the presence of a god-human. Your god. I formed you from nothing and can just as easily destroy you. Yet you would dare to
Give us your soul.
the world in which you exist is my world.
Oh, come on. You threw an attack at me while I am pulling your soul out. Okay, uh-huh.
Exile is the hubris of humanity.
Right, what? What other options do I have? Because, as I said, the tick damage of... In order to punch them, you must, quote-unquote, be standing in lava. Because my arms just are not long enough. Is a problem. If they run away and out of the lava, the second I attack them, they drop more lava. If I attack them in the lava, well, I'm attacking them in lava. Do we have any fire resistant stuff? We're wearing the highest armor just across board that I have. Without going into heavyweight. And even... actually, no. Yeah, without going into heavyweight. This is just the heaviest armor I have. There is like a rub you can use, but it's for resisting the burn status effect, not fire damage. I think they really might just have been expecting me to be using like a sword or something with slightly enough range. Not buckets. But damn it, I want to use the buckets. I like the buckets. They're silly.
Why do you refuse to open your eyes to their manipulations? To millennia
Can I punch the... Nope.
distortions of
Nope,
the
it's
truth.
literally,
For eons, I stood as mankind's
literally
guardian,
invulnerable. Okay.
shepherding them with wisdom and love. Yet in return, I
Immediate lava.
betrayed. Those three power-hungry malefactors who declared themselves judges turned their own children against me and waged a terrible war of needless slaughter. The judges
I didn't realize that the running charge, sorry, the running heavy attack for the one-handed bucket is a drop kick. I would have used it a lot more if I knew that.
to put an end to the madness. They too were no match for the heathen forces. In the end, even I fell. Although the judges found
One of you is
themselves
wearing a
unable
mark,
to
one
kill
of
a
you is-
god, despite their best efforts.
But run around until someone tries to throw a fireball at me.
In a world left blackened and corpse-choked by the crusade, the judges banished me to this barren realm, which has served as my prison ever since.
Okay.
Mankind set about
If I attack them the second their soul lands, there might be
oppression,
a fraction of a second
and yet
before they apply their
before the judges
lava.
themselves were raised to the status of demigods. Because of worship, their real ambition, or to yet an outcome. The people deluded themselves into believing a triumph
Nope. Okay. Okay, there we go.
has been spilled in their names since my banishment. Far more than was ever spilled in my name. And now,
Oh no, I stepped in fire. I must now do a long pain animation and get yo-yoed in the arse. Okay. He's a villain simply because everyone wants him to just shut up. Pretty much. But being honest, if one is not in constant danger of standing in the lava because their stumpy arms aren't long enough, that's probably a boss fight you only do once. Like, it's not actually that difficult. It's just, it's slightly more difficult than expected because this is the range of our attack. Like, even a basic straight sword would be better off. I think I'm going to be more aggressive with soul flaying them. I think that's what I'm going to go for. These ones, unlike pretty much most things in the game, don't seem to stand around stunned, though. They do still keep attacking while getting punched in the soul. How's the bucket list going? We've jumped ahead to the last boss of this run. Because then I wanted to play around with the extra modifiers that you can add to future runs.
Yet in return, I was betrayed. Those three power-hungry malefactors who declared themselves judges.
Maybe if I use the strong attack, he like hops forward a tiny little bit when he does it, but not very far. So maybe I can try and use that to my advantage.
The judges and their crazed followers butchered those.
Also, pop these ones with parasites ahead of time. Where is your parasite? I can't even see your parasite.
They too were no match for the hidden forces.
Oh, damn it.
In the end, although the judges found themselves unable to kill a god, despite their best efforts.
And
in a world left blackened and corpse-choked by the crusade, the judges banished
fire, 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 hot.
barren realm, which
It's
has
a Darth Vader simulator boss fight.
ever since. Meanwhile, mankind set about moving themselves
Okay,
from the divine oppression of which they accused me. And yet,
it's fine, it's fine.
past before the judges themselves were raised to the status of demigods. Because of worship,
So why is this guy pretending to be Darth Vader? Because I'm constantly standing in lava and I'm wearing a big hat. That's why my guy is pretending to be Darth Vader.
a triumph. How much blood has been spilled in their names since my banishment?
This final boss an advanced version of Deacons of the Deep.
Ever spilled
Yes.
in my name?
In a sense, it's complicated. It'll become clearer eventually. Ow!
After all the time
Because I've got the sneaking suspicion this isn't necessarily the final boss.
they made of it. War, greed, hatred, suffering, chaos. They believed they were capable of guiding themselves, but have been proven sorely mistaken.
Get
Mankind
out of the lava!
now more than ever.
It does so much damage! And I've only got stumpy arms!
And what of other beings who claim godhood? Where are they? What of Aureus and the abhorrent umbral creature? They are cowards, hiding in Foresight and obfuscating,
Ow!
deeming you unworthy of their presence, their communion.
That, of course, immediately drop a lava pool the second I go anywhere near you. Yep, nope, that's fine, that's fine. Understandable, have a nice day.
For I love all of my children, even the wayward ones. Alternative. I am not your enemy.
Oh, yep, no, thank you. Immediate fireball up the arse when I'm trying to heal. Okay.
The loss of the dominion they have established for themselves in my absence. Cease your misguided violence. Now.
It would be a lot easier to cease if you had not covered every single one of your cultists in lava.
Presence of a
And the second they step 2 inches out of the lava, they drop more.
I formed you from nothing and can just as easily destroy you. Yet you would dare defy my will. The world in which you exist is my world. Home, and yet mankind, my own creation, exiled me from it.
There you are.
You have no idea
There
what it
you
is
are.
to suffer such a monstrous betrayal, or to endure the ages of torment which follow.
Right, give us your soul. Nope. No fireball, errant fireball. Give us your soul. Ow! Ow! Hang on a minute. Need to go deal with you. What the? What? He poofed. He was there and then he poofed.
Kneel before me and beg for forgiveness. Not just for
Ow!
your purpose and treachery, but those of your entire deplorable kind. You are in the presence of a god-human. Your god. But those of your entire deplorable kind.
I guess I ran out of time. Okay. Well, firstly... Did you ever think maybe the buckets aren't working out, Ed? Oh, the buckets definitely aren't working out. I've no shame in admitting that. However, I promised that I would punch God with the buckets. Or at least, you know, as metaphorically punch God. Even if it's a gimmick fight that won't let me physically punch God, I will beat the game with the damn buckets. Because you cannot give me a weapon this goofy and not expect me to try. Says the person who won't kill a zombie. Even though it's already dead. It's your bucket list. Yeah. Okay, let's go with that next decade. It's Gerald Definitely's bucket list to punch God. Right. Let's try this with a bit less rambling. Like, do they maybe... I'm trying to think. Because I get the feeling this is something you're only really meant to go through once. It's very much a cinematic encounter that just happens to be playable. So, like... maybe... because fist weapon basically means stand in the lava almost all the time. Maybe they were expecting me to use the ranged attacks? Like the like throwing rocks at people? Oh my god. I'm losing health for the privilege of missing. Parasite. Okay, now we're just dead. Lovely. Where is your parasite? I can see you have one, but it just doesn't seem to... Okay, somehow managed to miss the one that was directly near you and got the one furthest from you. Okay, sure. Because being in Umbral's a pain, because Wither health is basically useless, given the second we have to get into punching range with somebody, we instantly lose health. Because of the fact that they're all standing on lava. I'm going to kill this god with a bucket. I just need to find something that works. Because the one-handed moveset is basically just the same as the two-handed moveset, but with slightly better punch at the end. And an even shorter range uppercut. The longest range move we have is like this bucket poke. But that in itself is going to become a problem because that only does significant damage if it's charged up, and we won't have the ability to stand around and charge it up once they start really hurling fireballs. The bucket in one hand and a spear in the other? Grim, that kind of defeats the purpose of the bucket then, doesn't it? Considering it's not a bucket, it's a spear and a bucket. Hell, the only reason I've got the shield on my back is because I found a socket for it that increases the strength your strength stat. I don't use the shield, it's literally a stat stick. Keep the chain from the well that the bucket came from and turn it into a makeshift whip. Beautiful. Right, what if I pop your various parasites ahead of time? Ah, not all of you have even spawned in, though. Stop shitting lava! I'm just going to work with you, I think. I'm going to leave that guy over there because every single one splits into two. But let's not make the problem exponentially worse for ourselves by creating too many. By, like, running around willy-nilly and just attacking anything that moves. I saw it go over here. Where did it land? You. Caught him in this microsecond window before he shits more lava. Excellent. Oh, you have a parasite. Thank you. Now, since you don't seem to want to leave your multiple pieces of lava you're standing on, give us your soul. Or... Why is your soul over there? I was not aware that the souls could bullet time in the air. Okay. That's something every day. And get pelted by fireballs every day. Right. Get off of there. Give us your soul. Nope. Buddy, I didn't even hit you. What the... What killed you? You know, when we first did this fight and I figured out the gimmick is, oh, kill these guys, I didn't think it would be very difficult. And by all rights, it isn't. It's just that I'm punching with little noodle arms. Hell, if I headbutted them, that would probably be more effective, with more range. Because at least then I could keep my tootsies away from the fire and then just stick my head forwards. I also find it aggravating that despite the fact that I have literally turned everything down to low settings except the view distance and the foliage quality, which for some reason doesn't have low, it has medium or off. Despite all of that, despite even turning off localized recording and all this stuff, so it's actually like running a hell of a lot less. It's not running the model, none of this, running just a hell of a lot less than it was before last stream. PC kicking out a ton of heat and the acrid chemical smells back again. I don't even with you. Computer has just decided to be as annoying as possible and lag and skip and get stuck on things and overheat itself based on very little. And then when I take steps to address it, it gets worse with less load. So I'm just confused now. No. Okay, where's your... Get off the lava. And then he immediately shits another one. Helped. Oh, I thought I was lucky for but a moment there. Full metal buckets, reinforced for hard use, I wish. Oh! More bloody explosions! Enemy density swiftly becomes a problem when half the floor is on fire. And wither health becomes pointless. And when dodge rolls don't work correctly now, apparently. He says, having been hit with a fireball mid-dodge roll. There we go. Now it's back again. He's not standing in it. Okay. All right. Give us that. Him. Nope, he's going to explode. Yep. Oh my fucking lord. Yep. Nope. Killed by the flame on the floor, of course. Ooh, are you okay? You look a little pale. See, they can pun it up as much as they want. But when you awake from your cosmic immortality with a bucket lodged in your eye socket that's going to stay there forever now. That's just not fun. And it will always remind you of the time when... Yeah, it took a while, but it will remind you of the time that you were beaten by a bucket. Wielding a bucket. Right. Okay. Traverse. Come on, we can do this. We always go for the left one. What about going for the right one this time? Maybe that's a better chain reaction to start. They die, they cause their little soul to go out there. Okay, then let's blitz. Instant lava shit, of course. Ow! Okay. If I find enough time to stand around and do the charge up, the health tax isn't... The health tax isn't too much. Which is, of course, then made up for by the constant homing fireballs. It is vulnerable from this angle, this angle, this angle, this angle, this angle, this angle, and this angle. How convenient. Aha! No. That was not worth it. The fireball health tax is far higher than the standing in lava health tax. Ooh, you're not quite in a lava pool. You might have enough. Yeah, ha, ha, ha! The rare free one. Where's your parasite? There it is. Ow! Oh. Ow. Immediate loss of any health regained, of course. That one's fine. That's just classic Soulsian behavior. There's no way out of getting burned from that one, so I might as well run in. Takes the lava shit while I'm hitting him. That's a new one. Right. You're protected. Can I punch him in the soul? I feel like punching them in the soul actually isn't very worthwhile, because whilst it does move them, sort of, it comes with the problem that it withers some of our health. So even then, because of the fact that we cannot land a hit without standing in lava, because no one can stand anywhere else, it means that no matter what, we will lose some health, because wither might as well be lost health. Even punching you at the maximum distance my legs will allow, still lose health. He walks out the lava, instantly shits more. My god, this is a weird one. And I can say that because apparently Adir is the... yeah, Adir is the god of man or something like that. They said so earlier, so it must be true. What are you doing? You're just standing around having a vibe. He's the god of... Oh, shit, man. Certainly feels that way. His followers are definitely doing the shitting part, that's for sure. Got that down pat. And by that I mean cow pat, as in cow shit. You are the god... Okay. Do I stand back here? All your followers disappeared, so I feel like that's gonna explode. It is on a timer. It is on a timer. So run around, kill as many of the marked dudes, get the health bar down. Okay, understand all that. Hard to do because literally punching them sets us on fire. Must do it quickly, so don't have time to stand around waiting for them to get into optimal positioning. Cannot upgrade Bucket further. Bucket already upgraded. I'm already wearing the strength agility ring, the health ring, and the strength and endurance point. This may sound horrific, but I think you need to stay out of the spirit realm, then insta-kill puts you into it for the second. Yeah. That doesn't sound horrific. It just sounds a bit odd. Because there aren't any more emergence... Well, there aren't any more would imply there's some. There aren't any emergence statues in the boss room. So once you're in the spirit realm, there's no way out. I can't even hit that one because he just is mysteriously indestructible. And then he explodes. And then it exploded. At least I get a free shot on you, because I know you're the first one. An awful lot of the parasites live up here, so I'm just going to hoover some of you up first. But yeah, since we can't beat the timer with our limited weaponry, that's, I think, probably the... Thank you, I was on the very, very, very edge of that. Would have thought I'd be fine. Okay, not being in the circle tends to mean one is out of the AoE, but it's fine. Okay. See you. Lava shit immediately. Yep. Okay. Gonna use some more of my little Healy rocks. One of the reasons I do say this is the love child of Blasphemous and Dark Souls 2 is because it has Dark Souls 2's life stones, which I very much do appreciate. Is your Estus not quite enough? Try life stones. Just, oh hey, they're buyable from merchants in infinite quantities. Oh, thank you. Yes. Beautiful, marvelous stuff. Ow! Okay, no, well, we're buggered. I'm gonna try. I'm still gonna try. Sorry, what did I bounce off there? He acted like he bounced off of the air. Don't leave paper air fryer liners in an empty air fryer that's still going. I almost set the kitchen on fire. Lydia! Lydia, there's already a realm of fire. We're standing in it. Can't you tell by the lava-shitting cultists? Who don't seem to have an animation for the lava-shitting either, now I think about it. I'm gonna have a look at them again for that. Lava just seems to come to exist. Which, actually does make sense if we're in the realm of a chaotic god. I'm not going to wait around for it then. Okay, so you remember that the quest was to cleanse beacons? Every single one of the beacons had, when you walk up to them, it had cleanse the beacon or do nothing. Now, normally in a Soulsy, do nothing is just step away. It's just it's just nothing. It literally is just close this menu by a fancy button. But the longer I've been going, the more I've been realizing that you can access the next areas after killing the boss before each beacon, regardless of actually cleansing the beacon. So it is possible that do nothing is a realistic option. Not just like this one, which just step away again. And that's why I'm saying that I don't think this is the final boss per se. I think this is the final boss of this approach. But I think there is a version where you can side with Adir. Where you just cleanse none of the beacons. Which is precisely why I wanted to give this a second go with the modifiers on. Because then I have a loose idea where I'm going, and there's no shame in that at all, because the amount of times I've had to look up a pissing map is absurd. Great level design, not necessarily coherent level design though. But I'd know where I'm going. And then we could start exploring some of the other ways of doing it. Okay. Might as well follow this one for a cheap kill. And of course it's landed in a... Yep. Can't even get the cheap kill when I... Can't even get the cheap kill when I chase one. Where did that fireball come from? Did it... Is there one hiding behind... Get back here! Stop hiding behind the pillar! Right, you have a parasite somewhere. Yep. Okay. Anybody else got a parasite they're hiding? Yes, of course you do. Of course you do. Ah! You'll stay in the physical realm. Stay in the physical realm. Come on, Gerald. You're almost there. Deal with some of the ones down here before it gets out of hand again. I'll tank the hits. Oh, fuck it at this point. Oh, they do. They do have a lava shitting animation. It's just very quick. They sort of like squat for a split second. Absorb the parasite then, go on. Oh! Right. Use the second of invulnerability. Try and chew through at least one of them. Nope. Okay. I think we were like a scant few seconds away from it going nuclear anyway. I do not think, even if I'd survived that explosion, I don't think I would have made it. Lordrin, thank you for inspiring that we're getting better every time. Except for the fact that, like, every time we do it, we're losing noticeably more frames. Like, every time it reloads this area, because the computer's getting hotter, the performance is getting worse. Like, this run back is getting stutterier every time. I see. He's shooting lava inside your computer now. No, I don't think I can blame Edir for that. The computer has just been shitting lava for the last month and a bit now, and no PC repairman wants to talk to me anymore, so... I just have to live with it now. Don't even get a no, they just ignore me. Because that's, you know, really, really, Pretty validating, you know? People can't even be bothered to say no, they just ignore you. I can't tell if that's a post-pandemic thing when everyone got noticeably ruder worldwide, or if that's just always been the case of humans, and I somehow wasn't jaded to that bit. Also, I will definitely say, putting the parasite on the other floor to where the enemy is a actually kind of genius move. I hate it, but I love it. Mate, I wasn't even anywhere near you. What are you doing shitting lava when I'm 5 miles away? Oh, you're one of them. Right, okay. Stop everything so I can stare at you with my lamp. There. Nope. Nope. Ah. One thing I have learned from pushing through this role, you basically like have to be committed enough to have kids with this role. If you do anything more than like the little sidestep, you go miles. You want to know the deal with the endings and such, because one of them is annoying. I figured that there'd be more than... If there were going to be multiple, there'd be more than 2, because Dark Souls usually does 2, and... trying to step out of the shadow would mean usually 3. So there'll be the obvious ones, which is do the game the way it expects you to. Then one which is leave the beacons alone. And then I guess there's one for know all the events are coming ahead of time and do something else weird. Stop hitting lava. I'm not even anywhere near you. Like, there's almost guaranteed to be a kind of bananas one, like blackmail the saints or something. You. Stop shitting lava! Get back here! Okay. Alright, baby. Phase 1. Oh, wait. You look upon me with pity. Yeah.
Who regard you as nothing more than an instrument through which they might enact their blasphemous will and prevent my rightful return.
Okay. That still burns me, so I don't think I can stand in that. Do I soul flay you? Oh, here we go. No, Rodimus! No! Rodimus! That was too perfectly timed. Fuck! The light of the umbral lamp knows no satiation, consuming even a god. After being punched with a bucket. Aureus's will, done by his heresy-tainted champion. Rewarded only with annihilation. Yep, figured as much. That's Link the Fire. We died. With renewed influence, Aureus unleashes his radiance to purify those redeemed transgressors. In light, they reached the radiant ending. Fucking knew it. Fucking knew it. There's more than one. Okay, skip the credits. I'm sorry? What? Sorry? What? You have unlocked... If I had a drink... I feel like I should take a drink to spit it out. A Souls-like with unlocks? Radiant Purifier, a martial priest of the Aurian Radiance whose rigorous training in matters both spiritual and somatic serves them in unflinchingly cleansing anything deemed anathema to the Church and Aureus. An offense-focused class vulnerable to physical harm, but with a greater tolerance for magical damage. Begin New Game Plus. No, continue my current journey, because I know what this is like. You miss out on the boss loot. Usually, when you do... Oh, God, he's getting stuck again. Right, so is there a... If we go back to where we was... Is there going to be a boss drop waiting around there? One of the endings has to do with a rune whose name ought to be obvious. Well, it's the Rune of Adir. That does turn up. We don't pick it up, though. Another character does. But I figured that would probably be in Adir's ending. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, wait. Do you get an unlock per ending, then? I wonder. Because we did the Radiant ending, and we got a Radiant unlock. I can't go back to... Ooh, I can't go back here. Right, okay. Have we got like a thing we're supposed to pick up around these perts? I can get behind the souls with unlocks. Oh yeah. Don't pay attention to that one. That's from the previous boss. That's not the one we're looking for. There is at the Shrine of Adir. That's true. There is a Shrine of Adir. If I remember where that is. Be a weird place to put the boss remembrance, I must admit. Like, oh hey, you killed this character in an unrelated... Now go back to a admittedly related, but area you won't have thought to go to because you last went to it tens of hours ago. Restart New Game Plus. Sorry? Restart New Game 0. That's not what I was expecting. Alright. Blaine, if it was me, I'd have each ending unlock a class. Then once you do those, you unlock a super class, and that unlocks the final ending. That's a Sonic game. That is just straight up a Sonic game progression. Blaine, what you've made there, that's a Sonic game. Oh yeah. Hello there. steal your soul.
As you can see, I've been honing my skills as you instructed. And you were right. I feel my power growing every day. Soon, I swear, I will be ready.
Oh, were you the female voice inside of the male voice? Because there were two at the... Yep, Remembrance of Adia, the Bereft Exile. Okay. Well, since I won't be... Since I won't be probably continuing this, I highly doubt they'd let me pick a new starting class on Restart Game 0. Or at the least, they won't let me keep the stuff. Hold on a second. Hold on. What do you have for me? This is the boss soul vendor. Right, okay. Adir, the Bereft Exile. You gain an Inferno move and an Inferno... I don't know what else I was expecting. I have no idea what else I was really expecting there, other than you learn a fire move and a fire move from the boss whose, like, whole deal is fire. Maybe like a flaming bucket or something. But then again, I can already make a flaming bucket. I have fire salts. I can do this. Great buckets of fire. Huh. Are you still going to do the bucket list again or something different? Well, that's what we're going to learn. Because this seems to be something... I've never seen this before in a Souls-like. What the hell is Restart Game 0? Oh! Restart your game 0+ with all your items and character level. Great option for trophy hunters and questline completionists. So... let you keep all your kit, but don't increase the difficulty. So that you can... That's really sweet. That's really sweet. God damn it. Because I'm not gonna lie. I'm outside the contractual obligation now for Lords of the Fallen. For, like... I had to do the one where I was talking about the patch 1.5 and showing my thoughts on it. We already discussed that. Full transparency. This one's just me. I'm gonna say, in the back half, it got really flawed in some places. But then again, I also happily say that of Elden Ring and a lot of games of that ilk. In the back half, a lot of Souls-likes and indeed From games don't seem to really know what to do for constantly cranking the difficulty as you progress further in. So you end up with loads and loads of enemies that just hit like a damn train. The famous one being everything past the mountaintops of the giants in Elden Ring will two-shot you, no matter your health. Lords of the Fallen's approach was less everything two-shots, more that every enemy is a mini-boss you've usually fought earlier, or nigh every enemy. And although admittedly with reduced health, thankfully. And snipers. Lords of the Fallen chose to go with sniping. I'm not so great at dodging snipers, so it was rough in some places, but I still I wouldn't have finished it if I didn't like it. I wouldn't have played it on my own time, something we rarely ever see me do. So I like it. It's flawed inside. Here's the game modifiers. Yeah. I'll come back to you guys. I want to see if you'll let me pick my starting class again, though. I don't know why you would, because it's technically the same character. We just starting again? Yep. Okay. We're right back here at square one. Okay. In which case, I am going to go to the main menu. Because we are actually going to start again. I want to experience what the hell this class is. Aegis part. Yep, we're aware. He's running away from Chapo. Oh yeah, shit. Down there, below the condemned, the pick at your own risk class, which I'll be honest wasn't even that bad. Radiant Purifier. What are you? Oh. All right, then. So, yeah, so like Halberd Father Gascoigne. That's just Alucard if he acts. That's Alucard but bleached. I mean, I can see that it comes with holy spells though. So you do get some holy shit. Oh, hold on a minute. I'm really sorry about this. I understand it's technically spoiling myself a little bit, but so I've never heard of it. Lords of the Fallen unlocks. A Souls game with unlocks. Oh, there are 4. Wait, what the fuck? Oh yeah, do the Radiant ending, do the Adir ending, and then there's one called Putrid Child, which I'm guessing is some kind of extra, like, plaguey kind of ending. And then one of... Okay, I'm going to pause the music real quick. This one's confusing me. How to unlock the Dark Crusader. Now, that one's important, because the Dark Crusader comes with the Deluxe Edition. And it was kind of held up as a kind of a thing. It was like, oh, but people who bought the special edition, they get a whole new class. That's OP. It must be. The game hasn't come out yet, but we've decided it must be OP. It looks like there's a way that you can unlock it just from deeper in the game. The Deluxe Edition... Yeah, the Deluxe Edition starts you with it from the word go, first ever playthrough if you really want it. Or there is a... Oh, it's not an ending! It's a quest line! Huh. There's a buried quest line. That if you really want this class, you can get it for freemium. That's... that's nice. I appreciate that. That's what I mean. Like, it made... I've got to say, it did make the rare frustrating areas even more frustrating because it's so damn good everywhere else. All right, let's test this lad out. I don't really feel like fine-tuning your... stats and whatnot. So let's advanced game modifiers. And this man shall be Chumbawamba. Okay. How many of these can I stack? Dying in Umbral resets your current playthrough. You will awaken at the start once again. World progression is reset, but player progression and inventory is retained. Certain scripted moments are excluded from this. Yes. Pre-upgraded loot. Shields, weapons, and catalysts found as loot and enemies in the world will come pre-upgraded based on your player level. Huh, okay. Randomize all the loot. Yes. Randomize all the enemies. Yes. Increase the enemy density. Restoring the original enemy density. It's... Okay, that's beautiful. It's not actually more enemies. It's just restore it to the original density from the game's launch, i.e. pre-nerf. I gotta admit, I like the fact you guys have a sense of humor. Wither the healing. Yes, please. All healing received is wither healing. Must be confirmed by dealing damage. And yes, there it is. All vestiges, except a rare few, have been withered away. Truly a restless experience. Let's turn off most of the bonfires. Achievement unlocked. Altered prospects. Start a new game with a modifier enabled. It's apparently a very rare one as well.
Lo, the latest receiver of his grace.
Ah yes, I had his grace over for chips and dip. It was lovely. I received him well. Okay. Ooh. Right, I go fucking zooming with this thing. Alright. big swipes, and I'm guessing your pokes in the two-handed mode? Yeah, yeah. I could vibe with this. But yes, the tale of Gerald... Whoa, that's a mini-boss from, like, the second level as the first enemy. Meet the Scourged Sister, who is basically female penitent one from Blasphemous. Oh, wait a minute. I think it might be moveset only, though. Yeah. Yeah, okay. This operates on the same logic as actual Souls randomizers, then. So, enemies in Souls games don't tend to have an inherent strength to them. They have an initial stat block, but usually, even by the time you natively encounter them, they are then subject to an area modifier. Because that's how it gates off the progression of the area. It's like, okay, where are you? You're in the mountaintops of giants? Okay, everything is subject to a 300% buff. Which is why randomizers are able to work the way they do. It just puts people in different places. But because everybody's starting on usually the same foot and then under area modifiers, it's all okay. And this is just a base game doing that. Reshmesher Sword. Reshmesh Sword? Holy crap. Okay. 15 strength, 25 agility. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to carry that for a while. What even are my stats? Everything good except Inferno. You don't say. And then there are the unlucky ones who randomize the game until every basic ass hollow is Gwyn. Ah, I see you also follow Challenger Andy. Ah, trappers. Right. Threaded the needle. You jammy bugger. I'm not sure I'm even angry. That was a really good shot. Low Boss Jr. who managed to do that by accident. Oh. Because I know Challenger Andy did it on purpose, and wait, he did start his with like a whole call-out point about not quite every enemy was Gwyn in other people's playthroughs. So maybe that's the case with... Maybe not absolutely every enemy in Lobos' one was a Gwyn. Sorry? What killed... What, pardon? Did your blood hurt me, sir? Stillness robes. Okay. Imagine trying to just do a normal randomized playthrough and by sheer accident everyone is Gwyn. Oh, yeah. No, the accidental... Oh, that's what got me. You lay mines. Right. I've never really gotten close to one of those things, so I wasn't quite certain. Okay, they like to lay mines. Well, if we die here, it's back to the start. I think I'm starting to think that going back to the start might not be so bad. This is an end game mini boss. This one. Yeah, we're dead. So bearing in mind, by the way, that wasn't her suiciding. That wasn't like a kamikaze death attack. That was just her basic teleport. Her basic teleport acts that way. Not a... Oh, they weren't kidding. Yeah, it does keep the items. Does it re-randomize the enemies when I come back though? Is it still a Scourged Sister? Ah! No! What the fuck are you? That's not a bit. I have no idea what that enemy was. I think that pulled an enemy from a section of the game I haven't explored. I didn't know that was... Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. Oh, no, that is interesting. So, combining the Iron Man reset, it respawns the loot. And the loot is re-randomized. Uh-huh. Alright, well, you lads I have fought, but not while you're on fire. Sacred Okay. I kind of love this. I kind of love just killing random mooks and getting, like, super sacred garb from these guys who are very clearly undead demons. I'm stuck in a wall. I'm stuck. I'm stuck. Let me out! Okay. I had to have enough room to jump, but it still works. So what's the ranged attack then? Okay, I can fire Lightning Briar, and you are some form of buff. And presumably AoE. Cool. Okay. Well, one should presume, I would hope correctly, oh! You guys are going to be a problem, aren't you? Take the quintessence. Thank you. Yep. I heard you drawing that. So as long as I hear them coming... I might be okay. I hear arrows. Nope. Sneaky bastard. All right then. All right, is this just... Have I just walked into a fucking jamboree of these lads? And their arrows poison as well. Pallid Bile. Pardon? The heck would I use? Oh, it's a oh, it's a spell. So it's not just items, it's like spells as well on top. Okay. This is getting wilder by the second. Getting so wilder, its name should be Jean. Okay. What are you? Rogar Oil Flask. Yeah, I feel like... I feel like I'm not so happy with the spells. What is a Rogar Oil Flask? Skin-wrapped flask full of oil inflicting fire damage. And an Empyrean grenade that cures allies of ailments and inflicts physical damage and smite buildup while weakening holy resistance. Alright. Kind of interesting. So, can I lob stuff at him? What about... I mean, the oil grenade's a silly idea, but he has wielding fire weapons. Does it... No, his weapons aren't going to set it on fire. All right. Holy grenade. Holy grenade. Holy grenade. Holy grenade. Antioch be praised. They're also not giving the soul quantities that they would be at their stage of the game, I notice. So leveling will still be as slow as once was, despite killing enemies from way heavier in. You, come over here. Give me a soul. I'm gonna stab your soul with a halberd. I'm thinking a combo mage. We've done bucket bonk. Maybe this time we try to actually embrace some of the other ideas on display. Oh, my heavy attack has range. Yeah, so if I'm stuck in a crowd, this is actually a very good class to start with because I can just whop them out the way. I was not... So I thought I'd just come back. You know, I'd have the buckets. I'd have... Haha, let's try adding some modifiers. I was never expecting new classes, and now I don't know what to think. Especially not playing as Bleached Alucard. Okay. Very dramatic. Excellent work. Mint, I think my wife's being dumb. Much sadness. Congratulations, you're married to your internet. I mean, aren't we all married to our internet? Yep. There goes all that stuff. Snap back to reality. The first part of this is going to be rough. Have you come back? I killed you, didn't I? Or are you another one? But the first part of this quest is going to be rough, I think. Getting out of the first zone and getting through Paeta is going to be something. Oh, wait, shit. Yeah. You're like... Oh. Oh, even travel's going to be an arse. Because the bonfires are fucked. Alright then. I had not thought this through. But even further than that, we've got a mini-boss lad ahead, and then I remember that we've got the fight with the what's his name? The Light Reaper. Which is a made-to-lose fight. How the hell does that work? Holy bulwark, Otto! Thankfully, I've got a pokey stick. Eh. 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 I will say to you again. Unless you bring me a smitery. Ow. Okay, that was bringing me a smite. I should have been more specific. I'm sorry. That's my fault as the communicator. That's my fault. Ah! Poof. Wasn't even able to critical you because I was too busy reeling from the power of my own attack. Right. So this isn't made to lose. How the hell does this work? Yep. Light Reaper's gonna come on down. Big ol' spook. Is the permadeath mode gonna expect me to beat this guy first time? I mean, I'll fucking try. I will fucking try. I won't succeed, but I will try. I don't even have full healing items because I wasn't allowed to rest beforehand. One thing that I have noticed this game does that I've not really seen many Souls-like do. Do you remember, like, old school action games like your God of War and whatnot? There'd be usually a phase inside of bosses where you couldn't hurt them and you just sort of had to dodge attacks and wait. A decent stable of Lords of the Fallen bosses do that. Oh, I am not even, like, slightly hurting you. Well, presumably, like, this section doesn't go banana pants if you die here. Surely. I'll spear your ass, boy. Come here. Light Reaper, what have I told you about trying to take people's lamps? I think I did maybe a 20th of his health. Ah, yeah, okay, still cutscene then. And... yeah, we come back to here because here is... that makes sense we've come back to here because we don't have the bonfire at the other place. Let's ignore these lads and just quickly find out. If the doors are all still closed, then it's reset. But I don't want to think it has because it played the cutscene out. And again, really nice idea because it means that people get to just do a permadeath run. They don't have to keep saying, okay, we're going to have to. I'm really sorry, commenters and chat. We're going to have to excuse that death because the game forces it on you. There's not really much we can do about it. Like the game is just here telling you, it's chill. Don't worry. We built the rule set in for you. Here you go. And here, yep. All right. Well then. The times they are changing. The times they are randomized. And made by sane people. Without any weird modding around the edges. No offense to modders, it's not your fault, but games go weird when mods get involved. We know this. God, if anywhere on the internet do we know it here. So, I wanted this just to be a little quick dip in toe exploration, just since we're, you know, close to the end of the day. I'm afraid I do not have too long to sit and do it, so I will be coming back to this and I will be leaving you now. Got to ask Ed, was there a poison bog? Oh, baby, was there a poison bog? I said this has got a lot of Dark Souls 2 DNA, and it's doing the themed areas business. So, like, there is an ice area, there's a poison area, there's a fire area, there's a holy area. It's a good time. I genuinely do think that it is much improved from the rep that it once had, the original version, that is. And I do think that maybe when some people were shitting on it when this one initially came out, maybe they might have been reaching a little bit. I can see some of the ire. I certainly felt some of it myself, and we'll get to those areas, don't you worry. But it does seem like folks are trying, and I respect that. So I'm afraid that will be all from me for now. We have sat through, I'm sorry that, like, a good hour of it was just trying to beat a monologuing god. I was not expecting it to be that difficult, but thankfully we are free from the bucket's chains that bind us. Admittedly, you did play the entire game with a bucket. Other than, I swear to God, other than that last boss, the bucket was fine. Like, I died a lot, sure, but the bucket was fine. The bucket's damage output wasn't that bad. The bucket's moveset wasn't that bad. It was actually quite nice and mobile. It's just that boss that's expecting you to be able to, well, for example, I can hit people who are quite a way away with this very attack. The bucket being only as far as one's own little stumpy arms, and everything constantly shitting lava with barely any animation to do it, that's more of a problem. But yes, thank you very much for your time. It has been emotional. There's no one going that I can see that raid, so I will love you all, and farewell. One day, we will return to Lords of the Fallen for a proper, randomized, more enemies, withered, randomized again, playthrough. We will 100% be doing that, because I want to show this game the goddamn respect that I think it deserves. And that's more respect than beating it with a bucket. That one was just for me. That one